Jeff, I knew this day was going to come with you. Everyone was going to see through your BS.
I just wanted some sauce on those zingers.
Listen, man. Oh my God. All these grifters is the same, whether it's Benny Johnson or the Temu quartering known as Smash JT. Hello, everybody. They love their AI too. They really, really love their AI.
Smash JT in the tub with the flow, dropping hot takes, watch the channel grow. When the red bangers hit, the lights all glow. Chat goes wild, everybody knows it.
So I have an interesting history with Smash. I'm going to give you a little recap or a little Cliff Notes version of who YouTuber Smash JT is. Back in the day, he used to do gaming news. He tried to do similar things that I used to do on this other channel that I had. I don't know if you heard of it, called Review Tech USA. And it didn't work out for Smash. So he actually made a video talking about how he wasn't going to work out for him. He was going to go off and get a real job. So I knew he wasn't done though, because he used to make these weird videos where he would like be talking about current events or gaming while driving in his car. And then the other time that Smash came up when he was really into Tommy Tellerico. I'm sure many of you know him.
They're literally gaming racists.
Smash invested in the Amico. I think it was about $10,000. And he was a devout defender of that until the 11th hour. Like everyone else realized that it was a complete disaster. And finally Smash was like, yeah, I'm jumping off this. Yeah, you jumped off of it, Smash, to save your own ass. That was the only reason why you left. You were just like, yeah, I totally wasn't on board with it and fighting other people who were criticizing the Intellivision Amico. Not me. I totally saw through it. I saw through it. No, you didn't. You were hoping that riding Tommy's coattails was going to lead you to wherever the hell you thought it was going to lead you to. You just want success and clout for the sake of having success and clout. Whatever you have to do to get it, be damned, you will do it. Let's not forget too, he had a back and forth with former Kotaku editor Alyssa Mercante. It ended up being that he was going after her, you know, the whole thing woke. She ended up going after him and suing him for harassment. And of course, he used this to be the cry bully. He used this to be the victim. Everyone looked at her as the evil game journalist, and that helped catapult him to relevancy that he always craved. Sorry that I'm doing this in post. I'm editing this video in the wee hours of the morning, but I thought that was important to mention as well. And that whole legal entanglement that he had with Alyssa Mercante, who was a journalist, kind of got him the notoriety that Smash has craved for a very long time. And he went full in on the anti-woke, go broke nonsense, which I'm amazed there's still an audience for it, but there is, and it's still a fairly big one, and he rides those coattails. And Ghost of Yotei, oh no, there was a female protagonist, and we can't have that. Now, I know there were things that the dev said about Charlie Kirk. I'm not even going to go into that, okay? Like, that was one of the things that had a lot of these people in, you know, Ghost of Yotei and Sucker Punch. That was why there was a lot of ire towards them. There was also the female actress. The story is based on a male protagonist, and how dare they, in their fantasy world that they're creating with their game, put a female actress in there. And she got a lot of hate too. And she also said something about Antifa because, you know, in 2025, being anti-fascist is considered bad. Make that one make sense to me. Well, I know why that is the way it is. But if you go to Smash's channel and look at all of his videos, you would think that Ghost of Yotei is a complete disaster and didn't sell well. Except that's absolutely not true at all. As a matter of fact, they're saying that Ghost of Yotei sold 1.6 million copies plus in its first week. It came out on October 2nd. So yeah, that's not a failure of a game. But if you watch Smash JT, you would think that it sold 10 copies because of his hard work being the anti-woke grifter that he is and making sure you don't buy that game. But that's in his fantasy world. Well, because Smash has been absolutely relentless on Ghost of Yotei and putting out misinformation. If he was putting out stuff that was accurate, fine, whatever. You want to talk about it, it's a relevant topic, fine. but it's all the anti-woke propaganda that you're putting out there. And that's what Colin Moriarty got annoyed at when you had a video talking about, this is the video that actually Smash posted on X, which got Colin's attention. Shocker, Journo's Ghost of Yotei's quote unquote success narrative falls apart. Keep in mind, the game is more than likely sitting at over 2 million copies sold right now. But Smash won't talk about that because he has to, oh my God, female, woke, the game won't sell, it's going to fail, female, run. Except that wasn't the case. And Colin called him out on it and said, hey, have me on your show. This is what he said on Twitter. I don't know if you do a podcast or stream, but you should have me on sometime so you can better articulate your positions and I can ask some probing questions. I don't think your stances would survive much scrutiny, and I like to test that hypothesis. Now, of course, Colin Moriarty, who has the Sacred Symbols PlayStation podcast, who has been an industry veteran, he used to work for IGN. You know, Smash is going to want to have him on. He knows that sparks are going to fly, and he's hoping that it gets him a whole bunch of viewership. So, of course, Smash, his thing is that Circana, who actually looks at numbers for game sales in the industry, what he's trying to say is that they're cooking the books so a game that is woke looks like it's sold. That is the gist of it that I got from what Smash is trying to put out there. And Colin's like, nah, dude. I'm a conservative and I'm still going to call out BS. You're just trying to push a narrative and you're not actually going by reality and you're not actually going by numbers. And here is Colin himself saying that he is a conservative.
Dude, I'm a conservative in the video game industry.
Reason why I put that out there is I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, I bet he's a woke lefty journalist. No, Colin's not at all. That has nothing to do with his ire towards Smash. It's just that Smash is an ingenuous son of a shit, and that's what he had a problem with. Now, as I was putting this video together, I was trying to get the whole bunch of clips. I watched the whole interview between Smash and Colin, and luckily I found this short. I don't know if it's actually a short, but it's in the short format that puts together virtually everything. I'll have some other clips after this that sums up what Colin's issue is with Smash, and he calls him out on his whole YouTube channel, essentially what it's based around. Smash's channel, that is. Here is Colin absolutely decimating Jeff. Take a look.
For everything. And I feel like you guys, and again, I say you guys, people like you thrive on this sort of energy. It's always content about other people, other people's opinions, random amorphous things, but never about the games. Never about playing the games, never about enjoying the games, never about streaming the games, doing content about spoiler casts and review discussions, anything like that. It's never about the games. And my suspicion is it's never about the games because that's not where the traffic is for you guys. So I think that actually the people that have a lot riding on keeping this sort of facade going are content creators like yourself. That's why I wanted to come on, because this specific thing that you're talking about is not true. Your audience can believe it or not. I have to look at the chat later and see what they've had to say, but it is what it is, right? Like last videos, breaking, massive layoffs at Ubisoft. Yotei, next video, Yotei flops. Next video, the gamers woke revolution crashes. The next gamer, Microsoft has no clue what gamers want. The next one, man wins women's only Fortnite tournament. The next one, now they're saying Twitch CEO Dan Clancy did nothing wrong. The next one, TwitchCon streamers PC infected by massive virus. Like, where is the game? I'm not seeing anything here. There's no, like, I'm scrolling through this, like I see nothing about any games. There's nothing about a single, there's nothing about I'm calling you out here. There's nothing about a single game on here that you've played. Like, where is the content about
I'm also calling you out. Maybe you should watch them to find out, because I mean, we both live in this world. You understand how you title videos to get people to get in there and watch what you want to talk about, right?
No, we title all the Sacred Symbols episodes after random song titles. So no, we don't do clickbait, actually.
Okay, well, I wouldn't argue it's clickbait. I would say it's a way to get people interested in a topic that you're going to be talking about. It's applicable. It's not lying about what the topic is, but it's probably the most interesting part of the story in the video that I want to highlight. But I talk about many things in the videos.
What I think is true is that you wouldn't be able to do what you do if you actually talked about the games.
Again, where are you getting that from?
I wanted to do what I wanted to cover and what I wanted to talk about, but nobody cared. Nobody cared for the life of me. Nobody cared. Nobody cared for the life of me. Nobody cared to watch any of those videos for whatever reason, whether YouTube was.
looking at all of your videos.
Okay,
Like all the titles of your video is like, I want to understand is within the confines of the video titled Asmongold destroys Sony Pony fanboy, is there like a deep analysis of Chronos the New Dawn in there that I'm missing? How about is there behind the video the title Goonergate Returns, the extreme right? Is there some sort of real deep dive into like what Xbox's strategy is?
Probably not in that video, but Colin, you have to understand.
Dude, it's absolutely amazing. I saw that clip. Shout out to Failure Speaks. Hopefully they put up more videos. Again, I'll have a link to it below in the description. He only has another video up about Phil, DSP Gaming. But yeah, Smash's own words right there, destroy himself. Smash, you went down this route because of the fact that when you try to talk about gaming news and your voice sounds like you suck helium before whenever you film a video.
I need money. I just do.
No one watched. No one watched your stuff. You said it with your own words. It's not that I'm making it up. The clip is right there. And you so desperately wanted to have a following on YouTube. You so desperately wanted to have clout. You wanted to have an audience. You wanted to have what you perceived as power to come along with it after you doing gaming news didn't work, after, I was about to say the Coleco Chameleon, after Tommy Tellerico's in television, Amico disaster never came to fruition. And I don't know what the hell you expected to come. Would you think you were going to be a multimillionaire with a what looked like a foot wash machine or a foot massager? And especially with that lunatic Tommy Tellerico running it, you really thought that that was going to go somewhere. That didn't work out. And you were not going to stop until you found some kind of thing that clicked with you on YouTube and got you an audience, and you went the grifter route. And here you have a conservative saying in the live stream with you that they're a conservative, Colin Moriarty, that is, and they're still calling you out about the substanceless, vapid, hate-mongering content that you put out there. Now, this is great. If this doesn't sum up like the right-wing mindset and how they couldn't catch on to a joke to save their lives, this is Circana. Again, that's where companies pay to get like data and sales numbers. And that was the whole thing with Smash. He's like, they're trying to cook the books because it's a woke game and they want a woke game to look like it's selling well. Well, anyway, here's Matt Piscatella making fun of people like Smash because they're trying to make this fantasy where Ghost of Yotei is crashing and burning, but it's really not, and it's actually selling well. Even if it's behind Ghost of Tsushima, it's still more than likely over 2 million copies sold, and the game just came out a few weeks ago. Anyway, here's a clip of Colin absolutely roasting Smash for not seeing that this was a joke, and it's amazing. Take a look.
Let me ask you this, and I guess because we're kind of been going for a little bit here. This is kind of towards the end of my questions I had for it. And again, thank you for this conversation. I think it's been very beneficial for everyone. I just saw this before the stream started. This is from Matt Piscatella on Blue Sky. This is the man we're supposed to trust with facts. He says, never ever let facts get in the way of believing what you wish were true.
Yeah.
If you believe you can fly, you go ahead and touch the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the guy that you want us to.
You realize it's sarcasm making fun of the people about Ghost of Yotei, right?
No, I don't care.
You understand that that's what he's doing, is making fun of the people that are making fun of.
When I read this is supposed to be the gold standard. And this guy says, don't let facts get in the way of believing what you wish for true.
He's making fun of you, dude. He's making fun of you. Do you not? Holy shit! Do you not understand that he's making fun of you?
I understand what he's trying to do. This is a self-tell. This is a self-report to me. That's how I read it.
God bless you, dude.
That ending of God bless you. Oh my God. That was the fact that he couldn't get that was sarcasm says so much. It says so much about this whole anti-woke garbage movement too. Listen, all right, I decided to sit up at my desk normally again. That clip is just absolutely amazing. It just shows, like, how do you not see that that's sarcasm? It says so much about you, Jeff. It says so much about that whole movement that you look at something like that, and here is the thing, even though what Matt Piscatella said was obviously sarcasm. These guys will turn around and because they're cry bullies and they always have to be outraged and always be a victim. How could you trust Matt Piscatella? He's look at he's making these jokes here. You can't take Circana's number seriously, even though he's being sarcastic and I'm an idiot and that stuff goes right over me. And even if I do get it, I have to flip it to my audience to make more rage bait. What are we doing here? With all the other crap going on right now, you're sitting here grifting, putting out this poison to your audience, being like, oh my God, there's female in video games and there should be a dude because it's based on a dude protagonist. They have to put a girl in there. That's what you want people to be following you for? Of course it is. Of course it is, because you know the rage bait, you know you get that, then the audience that you're going for, Jeff, and you know this, they're insecure, they're impressionable, and they're misguided and they're looking for some outlet. They're looking for an excuse as to why that maybe there's shortcomings in their life. And you're there to give them that affirmation, Jeff. And you do it over and over again. And any game that's woke, you're going to say that it's going to get decimated, or any game that has someone of color in it and you don't like that there's someone of color in it, the game is woke. I see it all the time. And maybe if you didn't do that specifically, Lord knows a whole bunch of other content creators did. And Jeff, when you go to your channel, you're doing the same thing that the Quartering's doing. You're doing the same thing that the other piece of garbage Stuttering Craig is doing. Instead, you're just making something out of nothing just to keep your audience angry because you got into this grifting part of YouTube where the anger sells. You don't care about facts. You'll put out lies. Trust me, I know. So long as you get clicks. That's the thing. Of course, you have to have a title that is appealing to people. Of course, you have to have something that will get people to watch. I do it too. But here's the thing. I'm not lying to people. Here's the thing. I'm not just trying to get people angry and hate a group of people just because it benefits me. You're a piece of crap for doing that. And everyone like you is a piece of crap. And I will continue to call you out. And I am so glad that it ended up being a conservative journalist, a legendary one in the industry, that exposed you. Because if there was a left winger that did it, they would all be hiding behind that and saying, oh, they're just woke. That's why they wanted to go after Jeff. He's just fighting the good fight. No, you're a fool. And it was a conservative that called you out for being a fool. I'm so sick of these anti-woke grifters that stand for nothing. Good luck out there, Jeff. You'll need it.
Ocean water.